Shabbat Shalom, peace and blessings, family, brothers and sisters. Let's just make sure that you all can hear me clearly before we get started. That you're able to see and hear me clearly before we get started with tonight's stream. If everything is good, just let me know it's good. If it's any issues, let me know. We'll get that cleared up before we get started. All right, so it looks like everybody is saying that it is loud and clear. All right, so before we go into the broadcast, let me go ahead and get the title tonight. The title for tonight's broadcast is The Healing Power of Vitamins and Minerals. The Healing Power of Vitamins and Minerals. So we are back once again for another broadcast for our G.O.C.C. Fit series, where we're dealing with things in relation to health and fitness. All right, nutrition, exercise. All right, and let me pull it up here because we have also we've been talking about several things, and we just, starting out getting a foundational understanding of when it comes to our health. So let me pull up some of our more recent broadcasts that we've done here. Let me get them here. What I'll do is I'll just come to the channel and I'll get them here on the channel. One moment. All right, so here we are. We have you all should be able to see this here. Our first installment of our G.O.C.C. Fit series, we had the obesity epidemic. Okay, identifying that there is a serious obesity issue in the world, especially here in America. Okay. From there, we went in and identified slaying the obesity demon. All right. What is the origin of obesity? It's a demon. All right. It's spiritual. Okay. And that this is not normal. This is not a normal outlook. This is a clear sign when we're struggling with being obese or being overweight that we're dealing with a spiritual issue, as well as issues with bad diet, bad physical activity level. And then from there, the last broadcast we did was let thy food be thy medicine and medicine thy food. Okay, well, we identified in the Bible, okay, biblical records, that the food that we should be eating should be natural, meaning it should be coming in nature as whole as possible. Okay, meaning things that come out of the earth, the ground, as well as, clean animals. Okay, according to the Leviticus chapter 11, the dietary law that the Bible gives us. Okay, that should be our diet. And if we go outside of that, we're eating other types of foods. Fast food, junk food, processed food, any other food other than whole food. Now we run the risk of being part of the obesity epidemic, and that obesity demon can take root and take control of and destroy our lives through obesity and all the issues that come with health with being obese. So before we go into tonight's information, again, we do have a special guest. It'll be the Most High's will. We'll bring him on here shortly to chime in on this particular topic, as well as some other things that would like to be shared tonight when it comes to vitamins and minerals. But let us first go into scripture. We're going to go to Genesis. We're going to go to Genesis chapter 1. I'm just going to get a couple scriptures here real quick before we go into the information. Okay, Genesis chapter 1. And we're going to go down to 29. All right, this is creation. This is the very beginning. The Most High God is establishing our diets, what we should be eating. Genesis chapter 1 verse 29 reads, "And God said, Behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree, in that which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed, to you it shall be for meat," or things that you would eat. Okay, so when we see meat in scripture, understanding that it doesn't necessarily mean animal. Okay, meat just means anything that you would eat. All right, and not only did he give us meat out of the earth, but he also gave us clean animals. You read that in Leviticus chapter 11. I'll just go over there real quick. Okay. I'll go over to Leviticus 11 real quick here. From Genesis 1 and 29 to Leviticus chapter 11. Verse 1 reads, "And the Lord spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying unto them, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, These are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth." So there are animals that are clean that we can eat. Not all animals are to be eaten. Okay, and we're not going to go into, animal flesh at this moment as far as what we're speaking of when it comes to health and diet. I think most people can say they're getting an ample amount of animal flesh in their diet. For the most part, we do have some people who are vegans who may not deal with any animal flesh, or maybe you're vegetarian and you only deal with, maybe some eggs and some dairy. Okay, but I would say majority of people eat animals and eat a ample amount of animals. Okay, so as long as you're eating the clean animals, we're going to leave it there for now. But what we really want to focus on is what's coming out of the earth, because this is where the healing comes from. We're going to go to Sirach or Ecclesiasticus and the Apocrypha to get this understanding. Sirach chapter 38 verse 4, it says here, "The Lord hath created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them." The Lord hath created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them. So when we look at the screen here, and we talk about the healing power of vitamins and minerals, what do we see here? We see what we've been talking about a lot here in the most recent streams that we've done on this particular G.O.C.C. Fit installment. We've been talking about what comes out of the earth, fruits, vegetables. That's what we see here. So when we talk about vitamins and minerals, I believe some people would like to think that it comes in a pill, right? Well, we're going to talk about that too. vitamins and minerals in a pill form. But what we see here on the screen is we see fruits and vegetables and the things, the nutrients that are inside of the fruits and vegetables that are actually beneficial for our diets and healing for us. All right, it's actually healing. We talked about let thy food be thy medicine and thy medicine thy food. So what is actually in fruits and vegetables, herbs, that actually is healing us? Well, let us go first now to helpguide.org, your trusted nonprofit guide to mental health and wellness. It says here, vitamins and minerals. Are you getting what you need? And of course, you see pills here. Okay. Are we getting our, should we be getting our vitamins and minerals through pills? Or where should we be getting them from? Very, very important we understand these concepts. Again, just dealing with basic concepts tonight and an overview on now that we have established that the medicines come out of the earth. Okay, that our food should be our medicine. Well, what is in this food that's coming out of the earth is actually healing us. All right, so let's talk about vitamins and minerals. It says here, vitamins and minerals are essential nutrients because they perform hundreds of roles in the body. There is a fine line between getting enough of these nutrients, which is healthy, and getting too much, which can end up harming you. Eating a healthy diet remains the best way to get sufficient amounts of the vitamins and minerals you need. So let's examine this real quick. Let's break this down. Okay, first thing we must understand that vitamins and minerals are essential nutrients because of all the different functions and roles that they perform in the body. Okay, so if you're not getting your vitamins and your minerals, then these functions and these roles in the body cannot be performed. And what does that lead to? Obesity, being overweight, disease. Okay. You're eating foods that lack the nutrients or the vitamins and minerals, and you're eating foods that are high in calories. All right, so you're eating empty calories when we should be eating nutrient-dense foods, meaning foods that are lower in calories, higher in nutrients, vitamins and minerals. So these roles in our body can be performed. All right, these roles being performed in our body keep us healthy. Okay, or if we're sick, they will help to heal us. They help cells to actually function. If our cells aren't functioning right, then now we're looking at disease setting in. There's also a fine line between getting too many nutrients, which is unhealthy, and getting enough, which is healthy, or not getting, getting too much, which can end up harming us. Okay, if we're getting too much of one of the other, like anything else, too much of anything can be harmful. Okay, and we're going to talk about how do we get too much vitamins and minerals in our diet. Okay, and how do we get enough? All right, very key to having this balance. But here it tells us eating a healthy diet remains the best way to get sufficient amounts of the vitamins and minerals you need. Okay, so that's the bottom line. If we're eating a very, vibrant diet, a diet that's, very diverse, we're not just eating one thing all the time, but we're eating a variety of different things in our diet. This is the best way to make sure and to ensure that you're getting the proper nutrients, vitamins and minerals in your diet. Okay. As well as other things. Okay, we'll talk about that in a moment. So, essential nutrients for your body. Every day your body produces skin, muscle, and bone. It churns out rich red blood that carries nutrients and oxygen to remote outposts. And it sends nerve signals, skipping along thousands of miles of brain and body pathways. It also formulates chemical messengers that shuttle from one organ to another. issuing the instructions that help sustain your life. But to do all this, your body requires some raw materials. These include at least 30 vitamins, minerals, and dietary components that your body needs but cannot manufacture on its own in sufficient amounts. Okay, so we need the raw materials to make our body function. All these functions we just read, it happens through these raw materials, which we know them to be vitamins and minerals. Okay, so the manufacturing in our body can happen. It says here, vitamins and minerals are considered essential nutrients because acting in concert, they perform hundreds of roles in the body. They help shore up bones, heal wounds, and bolster your immune system. Okay, so that we could say would be very vital, for the sake of our health and for healing, that we're getting the vitamins and minerals in our diet. Okay, we need strong bones. All right, without bones, our bones being strong, you're not going to be able to move. Imagine having a wound and your wound can't heal. And so you're just bleeding or you have an infected wound. Okay? Or imagine not having a strong immune system. See, all these are very, very critical to our health. It says here they also convert food into energy and repair cellular damage. But trying to keep track of what all these vitamins and minerals do can be confusing. Read enough articles on the topic and your eyes may swim with the alphabet soup references to these nutrients, which are known mainly by their initials, such as vitamins A, B, C, D, E, and K, to name just a few. In this article, you'll gain a better understanding of what these vitamins and minerals actually do in the body and why you want to make sure you're getting enough of them. So mankind has science, and in science, he's been able to break down these particular nutrients and give them names, vitamins after the alphabet, minerals. Okay, but the Bible just tells us that our food comes from the earth. Okay, so it's very simple. And if we're eating it and everything is good with the earth, where we're growing it and all that, we don't have to really too much worry about the specifics when it comes to what vitamins and minerals are. But we are going to break these things down for various reasons, because it's important to know, because we could have a deficiency in one vitamin or mineral or the other. Okay, and we need to know what foods do we need to include in our diet to shore up this deficiency. And so now let's talk about when we are deficient, what does this lead to? When we are vitamin or mineral deficient, what now happens to the body? It says here, micronutrients with a big role in the body. Vitamins and minerals are often called micronutrients because your body needs only tiny amounts of them. Yet failing to get even those small quantities virtually guarantees disease. Okay, so if we're not getting these nutrients, what sets in? What happens? Disease. What is disease? A demon. So what does the demon want? To destroy. So the demon would want you to eat everything but food that has vitamins and minerals in it, because it's going to guarantee virtually disease. What is disease? It's the opposite of health. Okay, the opposite of health is disease. So we see now through getting these vitamins and minerals how it helps to keep us healthy and it wards off disease. Okay, so we don't really have to go too far to understand why we're sick. We can just simply look at our diet, look at what we're eating or not eating. Is it nutrient dense foods packed with vitamins and minerals? If not, chances are you're dealing with issues in your body, health issues. It says here are a few examples of diseases that can result from vitamin deficiencies. Okay, scurvy. Old-time sailors learned that living for months without fresh fruits or vegetables, the main sources of vitamin C, causes the bleeding gums and listlessness of scurvy. Blindness. In some developing countries, people still become blind from vitamin A deficiency. So some people have eye problems. They can't see. They may, have to wear glasses, or even glasses don't help. All type of eye issues. Well, this can be a lot of times attributed to deficiency in vitamins. Rickets. A deficiency in vitamin D can cause rickets, a condition marked by soft, weak bones that can lead to skeletal deformities such as bow legs. Partly to combat rickets, the U.S. has fortified milk with vitamin D since the 1930s. Okay, now these are just some of the diseases that can come. Okay, these are some of the more maybe widely known diseases that can come. It says here, just as a lack of key micronutrients can cause substantial harm to your body, getting sufficient quantities can provide a substantial benefit. Some examples of these benefits: strong bones. A combination of calcium, vitamin D, vitamin K, magnesium, and phosphorus protects your bones against fractures. Okay, broken bones. Okay, you don't want to be dealing with broken bones. Okay, and so if you break bones easily, have brittle bones, all those type of things, it's going to be very, very bad for you when it comes to your health and being able to sustain. All right, sustain yourself. Preventing birth defects. Taking folic acid supplements early in pregnancy helps prevent brain and spinal birth defects in offspring. Okay, so we want our babies to be strong when they're born. Okay, and if you're not healthy, then your baby's not going to be healthy. Okay, and so it becomes a perpetual generational curse of sickness from one generation to the next with unhealthy babies. It says here, healthy teeth. The mineral fluoride not only helps bone formation, but also keeps dental cavities from starting or worsening. Okay, now there is a lot out there on fluoride. We're not going to deal with fluoride right now, but there are minerals, calcium and the such, that are also beneficial when it comes to our teeth formation and the health of our teeth, which a lot of our health is in our teeth. Okay, you need strong teeth to be able to chew food. Okay, it won't be too easy eating food with no teeth. Okay, so we're seeing the importance of these things and how we may not really, we may take some of these things for granted and not really think about how important our teeth are, because they're, for a lot of us, maybe we don't even, we just eat and don't even think about our teeth. Only those that maybe have serious teeth issues really maybe start to really think about how bad their teeth are. Some people may ignore it. Okay, or other issues you have in your body, health issues, you may just ignore it, not understanding and realizing where the problem lies. And just by a simple fix, it can solve a wide majority of health issues we have. It says here, the difference between vitamins and minerals. Although they are all considered micronutrients, vitamins and minerals differ in basic ways. Vitamins are organic and can be broken down by heat, air, or acid. Minerals are inorganic and hold on to their chemical structure. So why does this matter? It means the minerals in soil and water easily find their way into your body through the plants, fish, animals, and fluids you consume. But it's tougher to shuttle vitamins from food and other sources into your body because cooking, storage, and simple exposure to air can inactivate these more fragile components. So basically, minerals have the ability to not break down. So therefore, once they're in the food, they have to be taken out of the food in order to no longer be there. So if you store food that has minerals in it, the minerals will be there regardless of if you froze it, if you put it in a can. Okay, the minerals will be there. But vitamins, on the other hand, they differ. Vitamins can be broken down. And so if you cook your food, meaning your vegetables or fruits, You can cook the vitamins out of them to where now might be eating vitamins and might be eating vegetables and fruits, but now the vitamins are gone because you've cooked them, or because how you stored them, or you've allowed them to be exposed to the air. Okay, now the vitamins are gone, or they're just not in adequate amounts to be beneficial to you. Okay, these things are very important to understand and know. Okay, because that's another thing. We're just cooking our vegetables to the brink of where they have no nutrition in them, and we're thinking that, oh, I'm eating vegetables. Yeah, you're eating vegetables, but there's a lot of nutrition you're not getting from them because of how you prepared them, how you stored them, etc. Okay, it says here, interacting in good ways and bad. Many macronutrients interact. Vitamin D enables your body to pluck calcium from food sources passing through your digestive tract rather than harvesting it from your bones. Vitamin C helps you absorb iron. The interplay of micronutrients isn't always cooperative, however. For example, vitamin C blocks your body's ability to assimilate the essential mineral copper. And even a minor overload of the mineral manganese can worsen iron deficiency. So this is very important, especially when we start getting into supplements. Okay, we're going to talk about that here in a little bit, because a lot of people are looking to just get their vitamins through supplementation. You may only take one vitamin or one mineral, or you may take a collection of vitamins and or mineral supplements. But doing so can actually be detrimental if it's not done the right way. Okay, and this is the reason why it's important to make sure you're getting a very diverse diet of fruits and vegetables, and then that way you don't have to worry about supplementation more than what you need it for. Okay, so let's go down here. A closer look at water-soluble vitamins. Water-soluble vitamins are packed into the watery portions of the foods you eat. They are absorbed directly into the bloodstream as food is broken down during digestion or as a supplement dissolves. Because much of your body consists of water, many of the water-soluble vitamins circulate easily in your body. Your kidneys continuously regulate levels of water-soluble vitamins, shunting excesses out of your body in urine. And here are the water-soluble vitamins. You have your B vitamins: biotin, B7, folic acid, B9, niacin, B3, pantothenic acid, B5, riboflavin, B2, thiamine, B1, vitamin B6, vitamin B12. So your B vitamins are water-soluble vitamins. Also vitamin C. So B and C are water-soluble. What they do, although water-soluble vitamins have many tasks in the body, one of the most important is helping to free the energy found in the food you eat. Others help keep tissues healthy. Here are some examples of how different vitamins help you maintain health. Okay, we have release energy, produce energy, build proteins and cells, make collagen. Okay, so collagen is good for your teeth, your bones, wounds, supporting blood vessel walls. All right, so we're starting to see the important roles that these vitamins are playing in our body. So imagine if you're deficient and you're not getting these vitamins because you're eating foods that aren't whole. Okay, or another way that you could be suffering from a deficiency is that maybe you are eating whole foods, but the land has become over-tilled, and the minerals have been stripped from the land. So therefore, the nutrients aren't in the food. Okay, so there are different ways how you can be deficient in your vitamins and minerals. Okay, but imagine none of these things happening in your body because you're lacking. Okay, and then it's like a domino effect. One thing leads to another in your body as far as problems. or disease. It says here, words to the wise. Contrary to popular belief, some water-soluble vitamins can stay in the body for long periods of time. You can probably have several years' supply of vitamin B12 in your liver. And even folic acid and vitamin C stores can last more than a couple of days. Generally, though, water-soluble vitamins should be replenished every few days. Okay, so that's also good to know when it comes to these water-soluble vitamins. You don't have to necessarily have them every day. Okay, as long as you're getting them every few days, then you're good. As long as you're getting them in adequate amounts. So for instance, if you ate one serving of fruit a day, that would probably be enough. But if you're eating fruit all day long, that would probably mean that you don't need to get those vitamins for another few days. So, you have to be mindful of not overdoing it with the different foods that you eat. Okay. It says here, just be aware that there is a small risk that consuming large amounts of some of these micronutrients through supplements may be quite harmful. Okay, so we have to be careful with our supplementation. Okay, we're going to get to supplements during the second part of this broadcast. For example, very high doses of B6, many times the recommended amount of 1.3 milligrams per day for adults, can damage nerves, causing numbness and muscle weakness. Okay, so we can think that we need to get these vitamins, minerals, and we just start, popping pills, not understanding that too much pill popping for something that is deemed healthy can still be bad for you. Okay. A closer look at fat soluble vitamins. Rather than slipping easily into the bloodstream like most water soluble vitamins, fat soluble vitamins gain entry to the blood via lymph channels in the intestinal wall. Many fat soluble vitamins travel through the body only under escort by proteins that act as carriers. Okay, so of course you have a diagram here showing how the science works. Okay, so in order for, basically in a nutshell, for fat soluble vitamins to work, you need healthy fats to transport them. So this is the importance of making sure that you're getting healthy fats in your diet. Without the healthy fats, the fat soluble vitamins can't work. Okay, you'll be taking them or eating foods that have them, and it will be for no avail. Okay, so some people think fats are bad. No, bad fats are bad. And we're going to talk about macronutrients, in other broadcasts. Okay, so yes, fats would be part of macronutrients, and we definitely have to have our healthy fats, if nothing else, for fat soluble vitamin transport and function. Okay, so the liver plays a big role. Okay, because the liver excretes bile. Okay, and bile is needed for the absorption of fat soluble vitamins. All right, so this is going to go into all that science there. I'll leave this link for you all later. You can read through the science here. It says here, fatty foods and oils are reservoirs for fat soluble vitamins. Within your body, fat tissues and the liver act as the main holding pens for these vitamins and release them as needed. To some extent, you can think of these vitamins as time-release micronutrients. It's possible to consume them every now and again, perhaps in doses weeks or months apart rather than daily, and still get your fill. Your body squirrels away the excess and doles it out gradually to meet your needs. So, fat-soluble vitamins. Vitamin A, D, E, and K. What do they do? Together, this vitamin quartet helps keep your eyes, skin, lungs, gastrointestinal tract, and nervous system in good repair. Here are some of the other essential roles these vitamins play. Build bones, protect vision, interact favorably, okay, meaning that without vitamin E, your body would have difficulty absorbing and storing vitamin A, okay, so it allows other vitamins to work together and protect the body, okay, antioxidants like vitamin E provide to help protect the body. Words to the wise. Because fat-soluble vitamins are stored in your body for long periods, toxic levels can build up. This is most likely to happen if you take supplements. It's very rare to get too much of a vitamin just from food. Okay? Very, very important. It's very rare to get too much of a vitamin just from food. Okay? The problem comes in when we start supplementing and we're not mindful of understanding how to supplement. Okay. A closer look at major minerals. Okay, so now we're shifting from vitamins to minerals. The body needs and stores fairly large amounts of the major minerals. These minerals are no more important to your health than the trace minerals. They're just present in your body in greater amounts. Major minerals travel through the body in various ways. Potassium, for example, is quickly absorbed into the bloodstream where it circulates freely and is excreted by the kidney, much like a water-soluble vitamin. Calcium is more like a fat-soluble vitamin because it requires a carrier for absorption and transport. So here are the major minerals: calcium, chloride, magnesium, phosphorus, potassium, sodium, and sulfur. Okay. What they do. One of the key tasks of major minerals is to maintain the proper balance of water in the body. Okay. Maintaining the proper balance of water in the body. Okay, electrolytes. I know you all have probably heard of getting your electrolytes. Okay, so a lot of these major minerals are electrolytes. They make the blood electric, make your cells electric. It allows for the cellular functions to happen. And without these minerals, the cells can't perform and do their job. And then what you see happen a lot of time when you talk about dehydration, muscle cramping, these are signs of these particular minerals lacking in the diet. Okay, you'll be dehydrated no matter how much water you drink because the water may not have the minerals in it. You may have muscle cramps, dealing with lots of cramping. Just some things, okay? It says here, sodium, chloride, and potassium take the lead in doing this. 3 other major minerals, calcium, phosphorus, and magnesium, are important for healthy bones. Sulfur helps stabilize protein structures, including some of those that make up hair, skin, and nails. Words to the wise. Having too much of one major mineral can result in a deficiency of another. These sorts of imbalances are usually caused by overloads from supplements, not food sources. Here are 2 examples. Salt overload. Calcium binds with excess sodium in the body and is excreted when the body senses that sodium levels must be lowered. That means that if you ingest too much sodium through table salt or processed foods, you can end up losing needed calcium as your body rids itself of the surplus sodium. Okay, so salt or sodium binds to calcium. Foods that are high in sodium. Again, fast foods, junk foods, processed foods. Okay? These foods cause disease in the body. They cause health issues. Doesn't mean that you can't eat them here and there, but it can't be the bulk of your diet. Okay, if you ate them here and there, your body may be, more times than not be able to bounce back from the fact that it's not really what you should be eating. Okay, depending on your diet, or your health. You may be on a specific diet and may not be able to eat them at all. Okay, but we see how eating these particular foods, how it is detrimental, and we're seeing it happening on a mineral level, okay, a nutrient level. Okay, now you have a calcium deficiency from all the salts. It says here, excess phosphorus. Likewise, too much phosphorus can hamper your ability to absorb magnesium. Okay, and typically, like I said, this happens from bad dieting or over supplementation, not from eating healthy foods. You have a variety of healthy foods in your diet. Okay, these aren't really issues that you're going to have for the most part. A closer look at trace minerals. A thimble could easily contain the distillation of all the trace minerals normally found in your body, yet their contributions are just as essential as those of major minerals such as calcium and phosphorus, which each account for more than a pound of your body weight. Okay, so trace minerals means that these minerals are found not as in high quantity in your body, but are still important nonetheless. Okay, they're a little bit harder, a little bit less likely to be found in nature, but doesn't stop the importance. Your body just doesn't need them as high of amount as they need the major minerals. Okay. Trace minerals include chromium, copper, fluoride, iodine, iron, manganese, molybdenum, selenium, zinc. What they do: trace minerals carry out a diverse set of tasks. Here are a few examples. Iron is best known for ferrying oxygen throughout the body. Okay. Zinc helps blood clot, is essential for taste and smell, and bolsters the immune response. Copper helps form several enzymes, one of which assists with iron metabolism and the creation of hemoglobin, which carries oxygen in the blood. The other trace minerals perform equally vital jobs, such as helping to block damage to the body cells and forming parts of key enzymes or enhancing their activity. Words to the wise. Trace minerals interact with one another, sometimes in ways that can trigger imbalances. Too much of one can cause or contribute to a deficiency of another. Here are some examples. A minor overload of manganese can exacerbate iron deficiency. Having too little can also cause problems. When the body has too little iodine, thyroid hormone production slows, causing sluggishness and weight gain, as well as other health concerns. The problem worsens if the body also has too little selenium. Okay, so we see how important iodine is to the body, and that's a mineral, trace mineral, that we can say that a lot of people aren't getting enough of in their diet. And this is leading to weight gain because the thyroid actually helps with regulating your weight. Okay, the hormones are produced from the thyroid. So if the iodine isn't there for the thyroid, the hormones can't be produced, which then will cause obesity or being overweight. We're going to talk more about iodine, of course, later in this broadcast and in future broadcasts. The difference between just enough and too much of the trace minerals is often tiny. Generally, food is a safe source of trace minerals, but if you take supplements, it's important to make sure you're not exceeding safe levels. Okay, and now here we have antioxidants. We're not going to go into antioxidants right now. We'll talk about antioxidants another time. But I want to, real quick before we bring our guest in, I want to talk real quick, just a little bit more on, of course, we now see how important vitamins and minerals are for our health and where we should be getting our vitamins and minerals. But if we are deficient, here are some of the issues that can happen in our body as far as disease is concerned. Health issues. 8 common signs you're deficient in vitamins. Healthline.com. A well-balanced and nutritious diet has many benefits. On the other hand, a diet lacking in nutrients may cause a variety of unpleasant symptoms. Those symptoms are your body's way of communicating potential vitamin and mineral deficiencies. Recognizing them can help you adjust your diet accordingly. This article reviews the 8 most common signs of vitamin and mineral deficiencies and how to address them. Okay, 1 sign: brittle hair and nails. Okay, so if you're having issues, you're losing hair, your hair is breaking off. Also, nail issues, your nails they don't look healthy, they're cracking and on the sides where they go into your skin. It's all kinds of just them breaking off and things like that. Then that's a sign that you are deficient in biotin, also known as vitamin B7. Okay. And when it comes to understanding and knowing whether or not if you're deficient in vitamins and minerals, all right, go to your doctor. Go to your doctor, go to a physician. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a physician. And have them do a test, a micronutrient test. Okay, it's going to test different things in your blood to make sure that you have the right amounts and what you're lacking or maybe what you have too much of when it comes to these nutrients. Also, mouth ulcers or cracks in the corners of the mouth. Okay, another result of deficiency in nutrients, in this case iron or B vitamins. And we're going to go more into what specific deficiency in a particular vitamin or mineral, what all can come from that. All right, this is just an overview right now. Also, bleeding gums, we talked about that earlier. Vitamin C, very key from not having bleeding gums. Poor night vision and white growths on the eyes. Okay, that means that you're not getting enough vitamin A. Scaly patches and dandruff. Okay, when you're dealing with low levels of zinc, vitamin B3, niacin, riboflavin, vitamin B2, and pyridoxine, vitamin B6, these are a sign or can lead to a sign known as scaly patches and dandruff. Okay. These are issues that let you know that something in your diet isn't right. You're lacking something that's causing this in your body. Okay. Back to hair loss, losing hair. Okay, iron, zinc, vitamin B3, vitamin B7, alpha linoleic acid, and linoleic acid, hair loss. Red or white bumps on the skin. known as keratosis pilaris. And this comes from people who have low amounts of vitamin A and C in their diet. Okay. Restless leg syndrome. Okay. It causes unpleasant or uncomfortable sensation in the legs, as well as an irresistible urge to move them. This affects 10% of people. Some of y'all may be trying to figure out, okay, what is this? This actually affects 10% of people. 1 out of every 10 people is suffering from this restless leg syndrome. What's the cause? Iron deficiency. So a lot of the issues that we have come from being deficient in iron. Iron is one of the most important, if not the most important mineral that we need to have in our diets. Okay. Also vitamin C. A lack of vitamin C can cause this. And these are just some of the diseases. I mean, you have cancers. Pretty much any disease you can think of is dealing with some type of deficiency in the body. Something you're eating that you shouldn't be eating, or something that you're not eating that you should be. Okay, the bottom line is a diet that provides an insufficient intake of vitamins and minerals can cause several symptoms, some of which are more common than others. Often increasing your intake of foods rich in the appropriate vitamins and minerals can help resolve or greatly reduce your symptoms. Okay, and I have a diagram here. You all should be able to see this before we bring in our guest. And it shows you the vitamins on the left, and it shows the minerals on the right. And as you can see, it shows the food associated with getting said particular vitamin or mineral. Okay, which shows us the importance of making sure that we that we are getting a well diverse and a variety of a diet, so that we can make sure that we're covering the spectrum, the full spectrum of vitamins and minerals. Now, because we live in a society where the way our food is set up, okay, the land is being overtilled, meaning there's a lack of minerals in the soil. Maybe the way the food is being stored is causing vitamins not to be there, or we're cooking the vitamins out of the food with overcooking, vegetables. And so now we may be deficient in, let's say we're deficient in vitamin C. How do I get vitamin C in my diet? I'm eating different things. I'm eating all the things that are on this table, but I'm still deficient. Okay, I'm deficient now in zinc in my diet, but I'm eating all the things that says to eat for zinc, but I'm not getting the zinc that I need in my body. How do I now get those things in my diet, in my body? Well, this is now where you bring in supplementation. Okay, so I'm going to get the definition here of supplementation, and then I'm going to bring in our guest for this evening. Okay, so let me pull it up here. You all can see it.
Supplement.
Supplement. Now let's check out the definition here. What is a supplement? It says here, something that completes or enhances something else when added to it. Something that completes or enhances something else when added to it. So a supplement is just something that you add additional to what you're already doing. So if you're lacking in a vitamin or a mineral, or maybe a combination of both, a few vitamins, a few minerals, whatever the combination is. This is where now you would bring in supplementation to supplement where you're lacking. I'm eating the fruits, I'm eating the vegetables, and there's no nutrients in them because of what they're doing with our food, what they're doing with the soil. So now we introduce supplements into the diet and looking to offset the lack, what we're lacking in getting these minerals and vitamins in our body. And so I want to bring in our guest for this evening. You go ahead and bring him in, and he's going to talk to us about vitamins, minerals, and supplements as well. Let me see if I can get this to work here. Elder Rawchaa. We have Elder Rawchaa. Shabbat Shalom. How you doing, my brother?
Hey, Shabbat Shalom, my brother. It's beautiful to be, on the show with you, my brother. You dropping a lot of information for our people that they need to know. In order for us to become the kingdom, we also have to work on our diet and our health. This is important.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, all praises to the Most High. I'm just, Holy Spirit brings, the information, the wisdom, and I just get up here and just speak it out. So, just glad to have you here. And, I know this is right up your alley when we're talking about health. I know you and I go back, many years talking about health, working out in the gym together overseas and, having our many conversations about health and, fast forwarding. And I want to let everyone check out your website and what you're doing. But before we get to that, anything that you want to, bring out, add, or any information you have when it comes to vitamins and minerals, I'm going to give you the floor first to speak on that before we get to your website.
Well, man, you said a mouthful, so I'll just pretty much compliment and add a little paprika to where you added, most of your spices. Basically, you said, you went into Genesis and you talked about how the Most High intended for us to eat in the beginning, of course, before the fall of Adam. And, regardless, even if we eat meat now, we should still be having a balanced diet. And the key thing, like you said, the soils are depleted of a lot of minerals, which the minerals, like you said, you can still cook your food and do certain things and still get your minerals. But the vitamins, most of the vitamins you want to get fresh. So that's why the Most High, like if you take herbs and stuff like that, you can dry them out so you can have the ones that is dried. You understand that you could still cook or whatever. And you also sometimes adding the fresh herbs. So a lot of times they complement each other because now you're adding your vitamins and your minerals together. You might have a salad on the side of fresh vegetables. So you're getting those vitamins readily available. And then you're going to get those minerals that may be cooked in the meat or whatever other sources that you're eating with that diet, man. And like you said, whole foods. Definitely try to find something that's not bioengineered or genetically modified, because that can be very harmful to the body. But I mean, man, you just said a mouthful, and pretty much we don't have to go on so much specifics about, because our people are very basic people. So the Most High pretty much said, hey, these are the foods that you eat. If you eat these foods and you balance it and you don't become a glutton, because if you over drink water, you can drown your body, because your body is made up of 70% of water, not 100%. So if you overdo anything, you overtake too much nutmeg, you can hallucinate. If you overtake too much mint, you understand you can burn your stomach linings. Too much baking soda, your stomach linings. So we don't want to overdo anything. We don't want to be gluttons. We want to have, like you said, balanced diets, man. And if you have a balanced diet, you're pretty much going to meet, a lot of the goals that you're trying to meet for yourself. Also, I'll add in a diet that that saved my life. It's not a diet, excuse me, a mineral. And hopefully, most high willing, I can sell it soon. But I'm still going to throw it out there because people need to still know about it. And a lot of people who know me, I always, even though I'm not selling it, still recommend it to them. Ramar, you know about it, but MSM sulfur. So sulfur is made up in pretty much every cell of the body. It's one of the third most important minerals besides calcium and the other minerals. So I read a article after Elder Rawchaa had, I think his name was Lindsey Williams years ago. Do you remember Lindsey Williams? I don't remember if you remember that.
Oh yeah, I remember Lindsey.
So Lindsey Williams came on there and he wrote a book about MSM. I started looking into it because he was an older gentleman like Dr. Truman. Even Dr. Truman mentioned MSM. These were older gentlemen taking MSM, and I was like, man, I'm having knee problems. And I got 2 partial ACL tears, and, I almost gave up on MSM. And I kept taking it on the 6th month. I almost gave up on it. I said, you know what? You have to take these things no different than what the doctor tells you, how he tells you to take, the prescriptions they give you. So I kept taking it, man. Believe it or not, I was able to come back and squat heavy. I'm able to still run. And believe it or not, some of these things are still healing in me because, tendons and ligaments take a long time to heal. So consistency with taking your supplements, eating your healthy diet is also key. You can't do it off and on. So I just wanted to put sulfur out there because I read and studied it for so many years that some of the most healthiest societies have sulfur, right? So, but anyway, outside of that, my brother, of course, we're going to get into the, my supplements, but you were talking about fat soluble vitamins, water soluble, man. You pretty much hit everything, man. And a lot of people don't know these things, and some people are still not going to listen, but hey, we put it out there, and, and I'm glad you put out there that supplements are for supplementation, what you may be lacking in your diet or what you possibly can't get every day. Some people can't get omega 3, 6, and 9 every single day, but you can take certain things, certain supplementation like flax, flaxseed oil and whatever the case may be that you want to get to supplement it. Because who's eating salmon every day? First of all, it's expensive, and then someone may not like it every day. Of course, there's different things you can get your omega 3, 6, and 9, but you may not get, the right amount. So that's where supplementation comes in. The soils are depleted. The apple today does not have the same nutrients that an apple had in the old days. That's just the facts. When our parents were young, it's not the same nutrition. So what you're telling people is, hey, we got to hit this a war. You got to hit this thing from so many sides, but you still have to educate yourself. So you bringing this show out tonight, it's really going to help to educate the people of how important it is to take care of their temple if they want to live as long as the Most High may allow them to until the next phase. But I'll leave it there, man, and until you if you want to ask anything or anything else. We can talk about vitamin D3 and K2, which is a very important thing. We could talk about many other things, but I'll yield right there, man.
Yes, sir, absolutely. And I want to just, you said some things, and I just kind of want to emphasize some of the things you said, and which is very key. You talked about the raw vegetables, the raw fruits, and you also talked about dried and the difference between the two. The dried, of course, the mineral content will be preserved, but with the dried, you're losing the vitamins. So get the raw vegetables, get the raw fruits. So salads, you have to eat raw vegetables, you have to eat raw fruits. It can't always be cooked. Okay?
Right.
And then if you are cooking your vegetables, just lightly steam. 5-10 minutes steaming, it still has a crunch to it. Like anytime you're eating a vegetable and it's soggy or it no longer has that crunch, not only are you destroying vitamins, you're destroying enzymes, phytonutrients, things that it's getting from the sun, the chlorophyll. All these things are being destroyed because these things are alive. They're living, and so when we eat them, it's actually helping us to stay alive and keep us living because we're eating living things, right?
Yes, sir.
So very, very important that we're eating our salads, or if you just want to eat raw veggies, that's cool too. But I like to eat mine in salads, right? And as well as lightly steaming. And not that you can't cook veggies from time to time, but it can be all veggies you eat are cooked and soggy and
Right.
lifeless, So
Yeah, that's just for flavoring things. Like you said, there's nothing wrong with it. Don't get me wrong, but you still have to, back it with the freshness of the veggies that the Most High said, the herbs that the Most High said, because a lot of those things that's dried and stuff, those are spices. That's to flavor your food. But you want to be eating living things. Matter of fact, before this show, I was just eating some yogurt. I'm not really a big fan of yogurt, but guess what? When I found out what it did for me years ago, I started to consume it and eat it, and add the overnight oatmeal and things like that with it. And but I just, now my wife, she done made me love yogurt because she puts that raw honey in it, and she puts also something that made me like it even more. Outside of granola, now I don't even have to put granola in it. She'll put flax, crushed flax. She'll put pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds. You understand, whatever fruit that I like strawberries or blueberries, and just with that alone, man, I could eat a whole big bowl of yogurt. And believe it or not, we stopped consuming a lot of milk here. Milk is not bad, but listen, if it's not raw milk, for me personally, it's not really living. So I really just use milk for flavoring and conditioning food. You know what I mean? To make it thick or something, to be honest, or heavy whipping cream, because it just, Kyle, I think they were saying something. I think I read an article that the cows don't even be drinking their mother milk no more like that. Like if it's goat milk, I'll buy goat milk, right? But even with that being said, because it's not raw, I decided to let my children to eat yogurt, to eat things that are living, probiotics. So and believe it or not, it's helping their dental and their teeth much more because of the content of vitamin A, vitamin D, calcium, and K2, which K2 you cannot readily find in any foods. And your body now, with the soil being depleted, with the diet, the American diet, our bodies is not really producing K2 anymore. So that's why that's one of my biggest sellers. It's one of the ones that I was sitting in Europe with an Edomite man. He was a rich guy, and he told me a secret. He said, "Listen, now one of the supplements I was already taking, I was taking MSM." He said, "Listen," and I don't know why he felt like he had to whisper this to me, but he said, "Listen," because he let me in his little circle or whatever, I guess, because we bodybuild or whatever. He was like, 2 of the most important vitamins you can take. He said, I have like an elite doctor. Okay. And he was kind of buff. He stayed in shape. He took care of his family's health a lot. He said, one of them was MSM. And I said, okay, yeah, I know about MSM. He's like, really? I was like, yeah. And it's funny that you have to say things like this, because you can go in a normal store and get some of these things, but it's the knowledge of what the Most High said that our people suffer from if they don't know it. And vitamin D3 and K2 together. And I had no clue of what that was a few years ago before I started Key Supplements. So when I started to study it, and I realized how important it was, how the children's teeth is coming out crooked when they're babies, and they're telling mothers, "Oh, we give you the vitamin K shot," to where it makes you think anytime you hear vitamin K that it's something bad, but it's not bad. Because I don't think the thing, and allegedly, I'm just saying allegedly, that I don't think what they're saying in the hospitals is that same thing. It's some synthetic type of chemical poison of what it causes, in my opinion. But your green, leafy, fresh foods, you're going to get your K1. Your fatty and probiotic living foods is where you're going to find your K2. The problem is, like you said, Ramar, our people don't eat that type of stuff. Most of our people don't eat yogurt, but you have to start to find a way to like these things. You know, you can get it in cheeses, you can get it in sauerkraut. I personally don't eat soybeans, fermented soybeans, so I stick with the yogurt. But you can get it in all of these foods. But our people just want to. When I came back, I realized our people are still eating meat and rice. That's it. They're just eating meat and rice, my brother. And if they eat a vegetable, it's carrots or green beans, and that's it. Maybe peas. So that's not. And then they're overcooking that. That's not going to do it. And then you wonder why our people are having digestive problems and issues, colon problems, cancers. Because guess what? I mean, they're over consuming meat. Don't get me wrong, meat has minerals. I just did a show on the vegan and the meat thing. But even though I did the show, you know, with all reason, you know, you can't overeat meat. Okay, so with everything that we do, we have to, like you were saying, you have to have a balanced diet, and you have to really. I think this show tonight is great because I think as a family in your household, you need to understand your diet. I think that the money we're spending on material things, I personally realize in life that the diet, when a man makes so much money, he can have a better diet instead of riding around or, you know, with all this material stuff, because we can have all of the outside looking good, but you really should be, especially as expensive food is now, you should be spending that money on your diet, storing up food, learning how to plant food, learning how to do all of these things, because even in the times that's coming, man, you don't want to buy trash. You know, even Elder Rawchaa said, try to buy some of the things that you're going to store that your family likes, but healthy things too. So, but I'll leave it there, man, because it's just so much, man. It's so much. We could be on here for 8 hours, but it just, I mean, I feel good in I think I feel better at this age. Now, of course, now we were young, we can run up and down, but what I mean is the wisdom of knowing how to eat. And you know, when we were young, our mothers make a plate, we probably could eat that whole plate, 2 plates of that, you know, but now we just watch our diet, like the scripture says, what we eat, and that way we can actually feel great and feel alive, man. So I'll yield there.
Yes, sir. And, you know, going back to the raw, because when you're talking about food and wanting it raw because of the enzymes and keeping certain nutrients intact. So, and then we're talking about the land being overtilled and the deficiency from the land. So, you know, when we can get back to having our own land and growing our own gardens and our own, you know, fruit trees and these things, and we're picking this stuff fresh off the vine. And I know you can attest to it. You know, when you're growing your own food, you're nurturing it. You know what you're putting into it when it comes to fertilizers and composting and things like that. And then you're eating it fresh off the vine. The experience and the feeling you get versus what you would get from the store and what they're actually serving or actually offering in the produce section in the store. So getting these enzymes fresh off the vine. You talked about raw milk, the enzymes that come from the you know, if you're raising grass-fed cows, they're, you know, not GMO, and the enzymes and the vitamins that are coming from the raw milk. I mean, you know, on and on and on. The honey, and I know talking to you, I know you're doing a lot of these things with you know, your property and your land, but the honey, the raw enzymes, when you cook anything. So, you know, we're talking about cooking vegetables or cooking fruits. If you make a pie, you pasteurize the milk or you pasteurize the honey. You're cooking out all the enzymes and nutrients that are alive in it, and it then becomes dead. Okay?
Right.
And you want to eat that basically that's life that you want to eat. You want to eat that living life. And that's the reason why the scriptures say what they say when we read you know, Genesis 1:29, Sirach 38:4, the Lord hath created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them. So whenever you're cooking these things, it's killing them. And so the reason it's healing us because it's alive and it's keeping us alive, right? So that was one thing. And then the sulfur you were talking about, and I know we talked about the sulfur as one of the the macronutrients that's needed. And so it helping with so many different things as far as ligaments and collagen and, just working with protein to just make the body strong. And so, with that being said, if you didn't have anything else, we could definitely segue over to your website. And I have a couple questions for it.
Yeah. I think there was something else you just said. I was gonna.
Okay, yeah, sure. I was talking about the enzymes and the sulfur.
You spoke about the taste in the store compared to what we grow. I have to say that's very, very true. For example, I'm learning so much about some things that are mass produced still to this day, like asparagus. The asparagus in the store is nothing like the asparagus you grow on your land. The asparagus that I grow, much thinner. Even when I was in Europe, we would pick wild asparagus. It was much thinner. It tastes more like a sweet kernel corn. The one in the store,
no taste.
It's not bad. Don't get me wrong, but you could tell that. I watched a documentary that everyone should watch. It's called. I think it's from Paul, some Gauchi or something like that, called Back to Eden Garden. And he was speaking about over-mulching your garden so that, and in time, of course, the minerals, because the plants love the minerals. They love the vitamins and the minerals. So, for example, he had chickens, and I kind of patterned my garden after his to a certain degree. Many YouTubers started to pattern their garden after his of using the mulching method of wood chips. You can use any mulch, but I said that all of this to say his chickens they're turning over the compost and the food scraps and the wood chips, and he'll just go get some compost and he'll screen it. And his garden, for the most part, ever had to really water it, of course, for the mulch, but also the mineral content. Chicken manure is better than any cow, any horse, any donkey. It's like a complete protein, but it's a complete fertilizer. It has every essential nutrient that your plant needs. Now, it's not readily available right away until it's decomposed, which is why you put your mulch and your dirt together, and they pretty much would do it all by themselves.
Right.
And he had all of these minerals in his plants. First of all, the chicken manure is enough already, but on top of all of the old food scraps and the wood chips breaking down, the carbon, everything. So when you fuel your food with this, when you're putting that in the ground, he was showing how the plant is alive. And, especially for those people out there who saying that, you kill animals and all that. Listen, you're killing plants too, because Elder Rawchaa talking about you when you overcook your food. So it's nothing wrong with eating living things. That's what the Most High allowed us to do. So plants are living too. So, he showed how, he said the plants are describing a life if it's bitter or if it's sweet. So if it has a high mineral content, the plant is thriving. And guess what? The bugs don't really will not come and mess with those plants. They were coming to mess with the plants that were lacking minerals. And in the bug's mind, this plant is dead, even though it looks okay. So his job is to break it down. I'm not saying the curses of Adam is not there and all that to where farmers don't have to spray. But it made a lot of sense when I looked at his garden. I looked at from the experience of planting a lot of my plants. Not saying that some bugs never come to them, but I noticed the ones that were definitely weak, they devoured those. The aphids and everything just totally devoured those. So I just thought I'd put that out there because the freshness, you've ever tasted, Elder Rawchaa, something from the garden that's fresh compared to the store, like a sweet tomato or something. Man, you already know. It is amazing. Brother Stan, who I had on the show in my church, he let me taste one of his bananas. The comparison of the taste and the mineral content of picking something, first of all, fresh off of the tree or off of the vine or whatever the case may be, it just does not compare. So us being in Israel, having our own gardens, our own lands, the Most High telling us, listen, let the land rest. These
Right.
farmers are not letting the land rest. I can tell you right now, I look out there every day. They just constantly till. And when you open that ground, it's like you got a cut on you. You're opening your skin.
Mm-hmm.
It's open to the elements, and now it's going to dehydrate all of what the Most High kind of shows us in the forest. Leaves fall, and it continues to have life. It continues to have the worms under there, the arthropods that continue to burrow through the soil. And when you dig that soil back, you see all of the fungus and all of the life. All of this stuff is infiltrated into our food.
Hey,
And this is what we must. Yeah, that's all I had there.
and think about it. When you're doing chicken manure, because it's a hot compost, it pretty much forces you to make the land rest, because it takes time for that hot compost to get ready before you can then plant on it, so you don't burn up your roots or burn up your plants, right? So
yes, sir.
Going to the chicken manure, which you were talking about, and then you were talking about the bugs that come, right? So I want to talk about the bugs and parasites. What do they go for? They go for the sick plant. So if we were to compare ourselves to the plants, right? Where is the disease located? It's located in the plant that's lacking the proper nutrition. If that plant has the proper minerals, proper vitamins, it's healthy, it's strong, the bugs don't mess with it, because the immune system of the plant is too strong, and it'll fight the bugs and parasites off, right? But when your plant isn't got the proper nutrients, it's sick, it's unhealthy, here come all the bugs, the parasites. They come and just destroy and devour the plant. Not there's not exceptions to that, but for the most part, I've noticed when I got that compost going, because I had the pepper garden, and listen, them bugs would stay away from those that compost tea. Those plants didn't get messed with when it came to bugs, and that taste of those particular peppers compared to what you got in the store, night and day difference. Just the taste, right? And I'm just talking about like hot peppers. I'm not talking about the variety of vegetables. So those are even less likely to, or less maybe able to tell the difference in taste from hot pepper to hot pepper. But those, you could tell so much difference in taste from the hot peppers you would buy in the store. So that's another good thing with this. Hopefully it'll inspire brothers and sisters to also get into their own gardens if they're not doing it already, so they can then get straight from the earth, the minerals, the vitamins from the sun, the nutrients, and it goes right into your body. We come from the ground, right? So what we need, like Revelation 12 tells us, that earth shall help the woman. We need the earth, right? We need the sun. These things help heal us, right?
Yes, sir.
So, but
great point.
All praises. So segueing over, for those that don't know, we're going to go ahead and pull it up here. Elder Rawchaa, he has his own supplement company, Key Supplements. I'm gonna let you talk about the company and the the actual website, and then I have specific questions I want to ask you just in relation to tonight's broadcast. But I'll let you go ahead and talk about your supplement company.
Okay, I'll be brief. So basically, I was inspired to do a supplement company from all of the a lot of the trash that they may have in a lot of supplements, like the unclean things that we can't eat in Leviticus. So years ago I could not afford to do it, honestly. So I was overseas. I was just doing the work of the Most High, but it never left my mind that I wanted to do it, especially after getting healed from a supplement. Not like, I mean, the MSM, I really, the Most High heals first, but that's his herbs. That's something from his earth. So, that supplement really helped me through my consistency of taking it, healed me. And I was just really inspired. I'm like, man, if this could help me, and some of the things that me or some of the other elders maybe, were doing for others, like herbs and things, helping them. I just was really inspired to start something for the body, something for not just the body only, the Jews and Gentiles of the world. Just because guess what? The temple of the Most High, outside of being an Israelite, it's just important, for everybody to have their health. Who doesn't want anyone to be healthy? So, I do respect the creation of the Most High. So I just wanted to start it for people to help them. And this is the thing. A lot of the Gentiles will buy supplements or eat healthy a little bit more than us, but we have to start doing the same thing. So like I said, I started this company in 2019, and that was the inspiration behind it. But we really sell a lot of sports supplements, health supplements, and vitamins and minerals to kind of complement what Elder Rawchaa is talking about on this show. And Key Supplement stands for KIIY, stands for Kingdom is in You. All right. Yes. So that's what that is.
Yes. Key Supplements, spelled KIIY. Kingdom is in You. And so kind of elaborate a little bit on why you gave it that, where you came up with that name. Because that is catchy, and where that name came from.
Yeah. So I got people ordering right now. I'm like, I'm on the show right now. So basically, man, Elder always was saying the kingdom is in us. Of course, he got that from the Bible, because Christ told us the kingdom is in you. I didn't know what I was going to name it. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I said, you know what? This is Kingdom is in You. It involves us. It encompasses us, but encompasses the Most High with us. But this is another thing about it. It's like it was together with key, like a key. You unlock something, and I'm like, we have the key to unlock our own health. It's our choice. We have to use the faith and works. We have to believe that we can do it. It's really encompasses everything that Christ was talking about with the faith and the works. You have the key to unlock your health. The kingdom is in you. You either gonna take the key and the knowledge, like what you're giving people on this show tonight, and eat healthy, drink clean water, rest and sleep, keep stress out of your life, and supplement where you need to. I always tell people, supplement where you need to. Don't just come on my site buying a bunch of things, and then you probably didn't even need that.
Yeah.
Or you can overconsume certain vitamins and minerals. So I always say, make sure you consult your doctor, or make sure you do your research with your family to make sure you understand what you actually need for your body. So basically, that's where the name came from, my brother. It's pretty much the kingdom is in you. It's your job to do what you need to do to make yourself healthy.
Yeah, and that's deep. I mean, just the depthness of the name in itself, how spiritually connected it is. And just for me, something I took out of this, and maybe I don't know if this is something that you also, part of the reason for naming it that is, I know you did it in one of the videos. I forget the name of the video. Was it Smooth Criminal, where you said, I got some of them keys, baby, that righteous keys. So I looked at it also as, of course, some, our people, before this walk, we were in the unrighteous distribution of, I'll just call it supplements, street supplements, the illegal ones, right? There was, definitely not supplements, but so now here on the righteous side, giving this is what should be being given in our neighborhoods, and instead we have our people selling poison in our neighborhoods to each other and killing one another for a sense of a high or a euphoric sensation, or going to an alternate reality or release. And here it is now, we're actually giving our people life, giving our people knowledge and wisdom that they can use to empower their health. And so that was something that I kind of thought of why you named it that, part of the reason. And I don't know if that was just me.
Well, that was a part of it. I probably didn't want to put it out there. Not that I didn't want to hide it, but I kind of wanted to put more. I'm glad you brought it out, though. It's the spirit. So I'll put that out there. Like, basically, that was like the tail end of it. Like when I was naming, I said, you know what? It's that too. I'm like, how does this name encompass all of this together? And that's how when you've actually prayed on something, for it. Because yes, I used to be in darkness like everyone else, selling the wrong thing, darkness to my people, death. And I did have that in my mind. I'm like, well, I used to sell the wrong things.
Yeah.
Now I can actually make it right by helping people. And so many people are losing weight. And this has nothing to do to get anyone to buy anything. That part, it's not about money right now. I started this supplement company for me and my family and our people. And you know, because usury is against the law. You can't use your people. So you could do a fair exchange according to the scripture. But no, people are actually, a lot of people are getting healed. And it's not overwhelming, but it's like, I'm very grateful about that. I'm like, it's just a blessing, man. So yeah, what you said, on top of what I'm saying now, definitely that was one of the reasons, one of the last reasons. It was like, really? Like, this goes together too? And so that's why I dropped that in that video, because I'm like, wow, I can make it right again, on the other side after baptism. So
Yeah, man. And I know you said people are buying right now. So, hey, brothers and sisters, it's probably the Sabbath for most of y'all are at. Hold off.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, hold off until the sun goes down. No buying and selling on the Sabbath. I should have made that disclaimer from the jump, but I know we're
Can I put that out here on the show? Because yeah, man, because I'll say this, guys, guys, the Most High tells us to worship us with all our soul and all our might. And just don't think just because I'm the elder that you can break the law and then purchase it. You understand, on the Sabbath. Like, please respect the Most High Sabbath and just order on before Friday sundown, and just let the sun go down tomorrow. Because really, I'll be honest with you, you're still not going to we still don't do the shipping if you order now until Monday. So
Right.
it'd be the same thing.
Yeah, you're not getting it any sooner, and then the Most High is looking at you like, what you doing? You buying on the Sabbath, right? So just wait till that sun go down tomorrow. It's not going nowhere. It'll be there. But that disclaimer, and yeah, man, just looking at the site, I remember where it first started and where it's at now, and how it looks, and kind of how it's grown, and the journey with it, and it looks awesome, man. And I can attest for those out there who are wondering, because one thing with our people, not that we don't support each other, but sometimes we can be skeptical of black owned business and whether or not we're going to get the quality, because hey, just being honest, a lot of our people just don't know how to do business. Customer service and quality just isn't always what you would expect. But one thing I can say in this church is that there isn't too many people I can say that the quality hasn't been on point, and that would go for yours as well, because I bought some glutamine off your site, and I'm gonna buy some more. I'm getting low, but and that glutamine was different than the other glutamine I was buying from more like a bigger distributor, more cheaper version of it. But with that cheaper version, you're going to get a less, even though it had high ratings, you're going to get a less quality product because it's a big manufacturer. So they're really more so pumping out volume and number. So with yours, I could tell the difference in quality, even in the taste of it. Like, yeah, this is different than what I've been taking as far as the taste, if nothing else. So I could tell
it's
the
a
difference.
clean taste. Man, yeah.
Yeah, I could tell a difference. Like, what was I taking before? I'm looking at what I had before, and I'm like, was that even glutamine? Like, what was that? Because it ain't nothing like this. Because I've had glutamine in the past, and it was like more so tasting like what I was used to buying back in the day, versus what's out there now. So it's kind of like, okay, this must be
aftertaste. I know exactly what you're saying. I've been taking it for years, so I could, the taste that you taste now, it's a more clean taste, man, and that's another thing. Like, I just really took my time, me and my wife, and just like, no, we can't sell this one, we can't do that, we got to pick the, so because there's I'll tell you what, it's a lot of trash out there, brother. It's things that people are putting in there that's just like, it's past unlawful, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, man. And so let's do this, because I have basically the question I want to ask in relation to tonight's show, because you made a good point. Don't just come on my website and buy something because you just want to buy something from me. Make sure what you're buying is what you actually need. Okay, so based upon tonight's broadcast, just strictly dealing with vitamins and minerals. There are two products that I came across myself that I would say would fit this broadcast perfectly. But what products would you recommend that you have? And I'll go there, that would actually fit if a person is lacking in, they need like a multivitamin or a multi-mineral, they're lacking in any of those things. What products would you suggest off your website?
Well, I'll first recommend our multivitamin men and women because we have some of the best herbs. I mean, you can look in any herbal book, some of these best herbal books that they have out there, and I have a few of them. We have pretty much what a person needs on a regular
Per gender.
every day to hit that. And a lot of these things are already 100% daily value. So now some of them may not be, some of them may be close because you still should be eating a balanced diet to where if you take this supplement, it meets it halfway. So a lot of, for example, and this is kind of, it's not too much off topic, the vitamin K2 plus D3. If anyone understands K2, MK7 is the best. So we didn't want to offer the other MK because MK7 was the best. So we in our K2 we have 100 mcg, okay, and we have the calcium with it and the D3, also the black pepper to help you to absorb it. So that just shows you that this is quality vitamin D3 plus K2 because you can go and get one, but guess what? You may not find it with MK7, which shows you it's not that the other MK is it's not good, but MK7 is just the best one. Another one I will pick outside of the
real quick, because the first one you said was the complete multivitamin for men and women. So I got that up. I want to show the people on this the screen because I have it pulled up here now on the screen for them to see it. So I have that one here. It's $23.95 for 30 servings, 2 capsules. If you look here, you have vitamin A, C, D, E, the B vitamins, B1, 2, 3, 6, folic acid, 12, 5, the biotin, and you have also your minerals: calcium, magnesium, zinc, selenium, copper, manganese, chromium, molybdenum. You also here have a health support. So you have extra things: the lutein, the lycopene, the urtica dioica extract, the saw palmetto. You also have the immune blend in this: echinacea, beta glucan, spirulina, garlic. You have a antioxidant fruit and energy blend, green tea, hawthorn berry, cinnamon bark extract, bilberry fruit extract, grapeseed extract, black currant fruit extract, pomegranate fruit extract. And so what I really want to focus in on here, family, is when you look at this supplement, this is stuff that you find in nature. These are herbs, these are vegetables, these are plants where this stuff is coming from. And if your body's not getting these particular vitamins and minerals in nature, it's not going to be able to use them in the body, meaning your body's going to take them in, it's not going to recognize them, it's going to dispense them out of the body, or they're just going to sit in the body where they can cause problems. So you want to make sure that you're getting mineral, vitamin, or whatever supplement you're getting is not coming from natural plant sources. Anything you wanted to say on this particular multivitamin for men before we move to the next one?
Yes, sir. We also tried to offer a probiotic within it, understanding that a lot of our people are dealing with gut health. So we try to put probiotics in a lot of different of our products. And we can go to this one next, but yeah, I just thought I'd add that because you did say that, because I'm not looking at, that screen right now, but yes, we added a few extra immune boosters in there. So even though we sell immune boosters specifically for that on the side, echinacea is one of the most powerful immune boosters that we tried to add in there as well.
Let me ask you, the health support with the saw palmetto and the other things, the lutein, that's for the prebiotics or probiotics?
No, we have a probiotic. You should be
okay.
Yeah, at the bottom.
Well, before we go there, because is the women's multivitamin Is that any different than the men's? Is the same?
It has a lot of the same things. It may have a few different ones. I don't remember, but I know we have pretty much mostly it formulated for women. So it pretty much has mostly what the women may need. If you want to read it, you can.
Okay, yeah. So no, it's here, but it's just more so because women don't really necessarily need the same amount that men need,
Exactly.
but there are
Like
some things.
stuff like that. Yeah, they
Yeah,
don't
there
need
are
it.
some things that women may need that men don't need more of. But usually on par, men typically need more quantities of a lot of these things than women need.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we have the multivitamin for men and women. Okay, what did you want to go to next? I know you said the vitamin D and K. I wanted to go there. What's that called?
Oh, vitamin K2 plus D3.
Okay, so that's under. Here it is under uh, immunity boosters. The vitamin K2 plus the D3, $20, uh, $21 for 60 servings. You have 625% vitamin D3. Um,
So yeah, this is a very dense vitamin D3. As you see, it's not a normal cheap one you get from Walmart. It's because a lot of our people are lacking vitamin D.
yes.
So we wanted to give a power pack version of it, also adding the K2 with the MK7, which is the better part of K2, and we have the calcium that the calcium is going to bind to the D3, and the K2 is pretty much like the sludge hammer. If you use a regular hammer, it's going to be the D3, but the K2 is going to be the sludge hammer. That's just how the Most High designed the body. You're going to get your D3 from the sun, and your body, if you're eating the correct diet, like what you're saying on here, in minerals and fat-soluble vitamins and probiotics, the K2 will produce in your body and help the calcium not to be floating all around your bones and your joints. Excuse me, not your bones, your body. Okay, to where you down the line get osteoporosis or different things like that, or certain ailments. So that's where this comes in, because I call this an elite vitamin. This is one of our best sellers. Many people in the whole America don't even know about it. So it is like something like many people started taking calcium, and then they were not getting enough sunlight or vitamin D in their diet, or even K2 at all, to make sure that it's actually going into the bones. And a lot of us, my bones before having this was weak. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was lifting a lot of weights, but I always had aches and pains. I wasn't getting any K2. So like you said about iodine, the importance of iodine, I mean, our people don't even know about K2. I'm gonna be honest with you. Talk to someone, 1 out of 10 of our people, they don't even know about K2.
Right. Yes, sir. So we have that, and it's 60 servings. That's a good deal for $21. Now, one thing we learned and the information we brought out tonight that's good too is that, we don't necessarily have to supplement every day. You can get away with 2 or 3 days out of the week supplementing, because a lot of these vitamins and minerals stay in the body for several days, and they store. So as long as you're eating a healthy diet, because see, the problem we have is we want to eat junk food, fast food, and junk food, fast food, and processed food, and then take a pill and think to be healthy, right? That's not going to work. Okay.
Yes.
Got to eat the healthy diet, and you take the supplements 2 or 3 times through the week to kind of give you an additional boost where you might be lacking. And your body's going to store a lot of these vitamins and minerals in the body and use them on demand.
Yes, sir.
So, okay, so now we got so we did that one. What do you have next that you would say would fit with tonight's broadcast?
I would say our organic green superfood, because this here on the market, it's a tough one. It is we made it taste pretty good.
That's
it
under
has
that's under which section here?
Being that I'm not looking at it.
Yeah.
You may
Okay, I found it. It's
what's
under
the
general health. The green superfood.
yeah.
I want to pull up the
Yeah.
label here so people can see what's in it.
Yes, sir.
So I'm there. You still there?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay, so you want me to read what's in it?
Oh no, I was just gonna say you wanted to talk about it. I got it pulled up here.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So basically, our organic green superfood. A lot of times on the market, you'll find this with a lot of heavy metals in it.
Yes.
Because of course they're using grinding machines and different things. So sometimes things may accidentally get in there. So you have to have lab tests to show, where it comes from. Sometimes it's coming from India, this and that. But I have to say, and this is just my opinion from my customers, that we have one. I'm gonna say one because I know I'm not the only company in the world. One of the most best superfoods on the market, and I'll rather remark and say what's in there. But not only does it have your green powder, it's palatable because green powder usually gets stuck in your throat. So there's nothing wrong with that. You just got to know how to take it. But we've formulated it in a certain way to where people are actually able to down it, and it tastes good. Like it tastes very good. So I actually would like to drink some with some ice water right now, like because I had a long day. But I'll take this if I can't have a quick meal. I'll take it, or I'll take one of my protein shakes. Or like after a long day, I'm like, you know what? I've been drinking water all day, but I need some minerals and some vitamins. And that's where this green superfood comes in. A lot of people are not eating their vegetables, Ramar, and this helps to transition them to get back on vegetables. A lot of people are not drinking water. A lot of people don't even like water about people. And this and our BCAAs helps people to transition them to getting back to drink water, because water is life. You're pretty much made of water. So I'd rather them drink our green superfood and our BCAAs until they can slowly start to drink water than drinking soda. Some people are only drinking soda and coffee. When they came up to me and told me, I said, no, please try this.
Yeah, sugary drinks.
Because
Yes, it's sugary drinks.
I don't know how they still surviving, know. So
yeah, I know.
But yeah, man, if you want to read what's in here, you can. If not, it has some pretty good things in here. A few things you can just name.
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, it's a lot of ingredients in here, but of course your different powders, your different greens. Barley, alfalfa, wheatgrass, chlorella, and another problem with the reason why the green superfood products in the market have a lot of heavy metals in them, because what people have to understand is that these particular green superfoods are negatively charged, which means they're going to bind to heavy metals.
Yes, sir.
Okay? So they're gonna so the same way it can bind to heavy metals when it's being processed. Okay, your products have undergone the test, so they don't have these metals in them. But what happens is when you consume these particular green superfoods, they go into your blood and into your body, and they bind to all the heavy metals, the mercury, the aluminum, all the bad metals in your body, and they pull them out of your body. Okay, so this is like a heavy metal detox.
Facts. No, you're definitely right. For example, parsley and cilantro, they are heavy metal absorbers. So if you want to take heavy metals out of your body, eating these will be good. But just be careful that you get, like Elder Rawchaa said, you get even your fresh greens from a good place, because some people I've read plant cilantro in places where there's metal around, like the wrong type of metal. Yes. And that plant is going to absorb the dangers of that metal in that plant. Yeah. And when you eat that cilantro, it's supposed to help you, but now it has a lot of heavy metals in it. So
exactly.
Just, we all have to be wise where we're getting our food. And even if you do get that like that, what you can do is, this is what you can do. You probably already know, guys, but you take you some baking soda, soak it in there for a little while so it can bind the heavy metals now from the cilantro or whatever foods or things that you have, and it'll bind that to that. And then I'm not saying it's going to pull everything out, because cilantro binds metals too. But it'll help it
Yes.
to a certain degree, and you should also be taking things like diatomaceous earth or food grade bentonite clay, certain things, charcoal. That's going to take toxins out of your body.
Yes.
Diatomaceous earth is going to help to take heavy metals and parasites out of your body. There's so many things out there, of course, but like Elder Rawchaa is saying, some of these things do have heavy metals. So detoxes is why we sell. That's why we sell certain detoxes as well. And outside of our detoxes, there's natural detoxes that you can just do too as well.
Absolutely. And when it comes to the green superfoods, the good thing, it does fit perfectly into with tonight's broadcast with vitamins and minerals, because these are where you want to get your vitamins and minerals from. Okay, plants. Okay, so with these plants that you're taking in these green superfoods, you're getting vitamins and minerals the right way. All right, so what do we got next? Is there anything else that you would recommend that fits with the vitamin and mineral content for tonight, that supplements that you have?
What else do I have here? I have, let's take this one.
Because we're not talking about hormones tonight, so because I had a good old female enhancement and the male enhancement jar,
Yeah,
but
someone
on
asked
this,
about that hormone thing too.
yeah, because we have things for the well, I can't probably say it on here, but thyroid, different things. We have things for that, like anxiety formula and the female enhancement. But I'll say something that has mostly all of the minerals that we all know. There's a man named Dr. Sebi. This product here is so hard to get clean and to get the right formula.
What's the name?
And I'm not saying that to say, oh, some people say I have the only one and the best. That's because people are just trying to be desperate to sell. No. It took me a long time, you guys. I hadn't had this in the first year of my selling supplements.
What's the name of it?
Yeah, so the name of it is Organic Irish Sea Moss with burdock root and bladderwrack. Now, we call it triple threat because it has, all three. And that's what made it hard is on the market. You can't get you want to get the real thing and not just anything. So for the show tonight, we talking about vitamins and minerals. We all know about Irish sea moss, bladderwrack, and burdock roots. How it has pretty much 80% of what you need when it comes to minerals. So
yes, that was the one I was waiting for. Right?
I didn't know.
I told you there were two. There were two that I knew of, that I knew for sure would fit with tonight's broadcast. You talked about the multivitamin for men and women, and then also you can't talk about multivitamin or mineral without talking about seaweeds.
Yes,
the
sir.
actual sea vegetables that come out the sea, and we talked about iodine earlier, and iodine being what helps regulate thyroid and hormones. Okay, and you're talking about weight management. So if you're not getting proper iodine, you're not going to have proper thyroid health. You're not going to have proper weight management and proper size when it comes to your weight.
Yes, sir.
And you're getting the vitamins and minerals, the nutrients, in their proper ratios according to what the body is designed to absorb. Okay, we come from the earth. Our body is designed to absorb things that come from the earth, not something that was made, outside the earth in a processing plant somewhere. Okay,
yes, sir.
Basically a lab. Okay, we need it coming out the earth. So the iris moss, the bladderwrack, the burdock, all those things are giving you your minerals, trace amounts, just help supplement your diet. So, and that's the gold line too.
Yes, sir.
Right. So you have for $30 you get a month's supply. And
you don't, if you're eating very good, guys, you don't have to, like Elder Rawchaa said, overtake your supplements. If you're eating very good, like me understanding how I eat, what I eat, I know why I eat everything. I know if I go get a pizza, why I'm eating a pizza, because I know I'm also going to probably go burn it off. I know I've probably done a certain thing to prepare myself to eat that meal or if I'm going to burn it off from bodybuilding or whatever the case may be. So you have to know your body and your time. But this is very dense here, this
Yes.
organic sea moss. So, you just need to learn your body. And if you're a person who is actually deficient for many years, okay, well, then you need to sit down and write notes down of, hey, I need to build my body back up. I need to build my gut back up. You got to study and get wise counsel from certain people, professionals, people who deal with this, because you can't just do something. So the scriptures tell us to do everything in decency and order. So you don't want to be one of those people. I took 2 things and then nothing happened. Of course,
Right.
because your body have been used to living unhealthy for 10 plus years.
Yeah,
So don't
decades.
expect it to come back tomorrow, right? So
Yes, and you said exactly what I was about to say. That I take this I take CMOS bladder rack. I only take it a few times in a week. I don't have to take it every day. It's just a supplement, right? That way I make sure I'm not overdoing it, because this does have a high level of iodine in it. You don't want too much iodine, so
yes, sir.
I make sure I just get it 2 or 3 times in a week, and I'm good. I'm eating
It's
healthy. My diet, for the most part, is whole foods, and so therefore I don't need to worry about heavy supplementation. Okay,
it's funny you said that, my brother. Not to interrupt you. Some people say, "How do I take all of those pills?" Because you don't know that you're not supposed to take all of them every day. I have certain supplements I take every day, and then I have a whole line of other stuff. I'm like, you know what? I can tell I need this right here now today. I got a prostate formula. I'm not older enough to need prostate, but guess what? If I feel like every now and then I'm going to take it, it's just certain things, like Elder Rawchaa is saying, like, guess what? You may just need to take certain things every now and then, but you have it there for you. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Exactly. So you don't want to overdo it, and the key thing is learning your body and knowing what you need. Again, we're not doctors. Nothing that we're showing here is for the sake of saying that we're going to heal anybody of any disease. You need to seek your doctor when it comes to any type of supplementation that you would take.
Educational purposes only,
Yeah. Not that we're claiming that you're going to be healed of anything, any disease. That's between you and your doctor. But when it comes to what you're lacking in your diet, your doctor lets you know. And of course, a brother like this has a supplement company where he can actually help supplement, right? But keep in mind, it's just a supplement. It's not a cure-all. It's not a one pill silver bullet. That starts in the kitchen.
Elder Mark, I would like to say this, and people who know me know this. Like, that's another reason why I started this company. I'm getting ready to add the consulting part to it, because sometimes people come, when I check the messages of the customer service, they're asking like things that's too personal to where they cannot be answered. These people, cannot answer. The people who are helping me cannot answer that. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
they're not doctors.
Right.
They can only. We already have what you should take on here, so I have to, eventually add a consultant thing to help people. But this is what I do. I still go out my way when I can, when I talk to certain people, to let them know. Some people may, contact me on social media. I tell them, there's some things somebody will ask me, and it would not even be something I recommend them on my site. If it's something different, I would say, hey, I got this in my herbal book. You probably should get with your doctor or whatever the case may be. But it says this is what you should take for this situation. Or you're making sure that you're still eating a healthy diet, exercising, and drinking clean water. I always make sure that I add that in there so that people don't think like what you just said. Don't think just the supplement itself is going to do it. You must eat healthy, do some type of walking, running, exercise, whatever the case may be, and drink your water. So I just thought I'd put that out there, that I try to always make sure that people understand, and that supplements don't solve all the problems if you don't do whatever else God told you to do as far as keeping up your temple.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. And Hey, man, I know we're at 9 p.m. and I said I would bring you on for an hour. I know you're a very busy man, elder, over a congregation and have a family, so don't want to take too much time. And I do definitely thank you for coming on. And man, it's been a blessing. And you know how it is when we get
Honored.
together. So
I'm honored, man. We get on here and talk like old men. So by the way, for those of you who don't know, off the top subject, Elder Rawchaa is a great basketball player, an honorable man. He's been one of my best friends. He's been one of my best friends in his walk, and for a long time. That's not why he brought me on the show. We still have our work that we do as separate as men and together, but our action show. But it's a blessing. I'm always honored to take part in war with my brothers. So man, once again, I appreciate you allowing me on the show. And guess what? It's to help our people, man. If we pass tomorrow, Most High willing, he can say, hey, these brothers was doing the work, trying to help the people. So that's what it's all about, man. Once again, I appreciate you. And I was listening to the show before I came on. Wow, just a lot of impactful information for our people.
hey, man, all praises to the Most High, man. Because I can't take too much credit for anything other than sitting in this chair right now. So, but definitely glad you came on, and definitely, brothers and sisters, support the brother, support the elder with what he's doing with the work. And you have any questions concerning his supplements or anything else, I'm pretty sure they're on the website. There is a option to contact him, and but just no purchasing until sundown tomorrow, right?
Yeah. And it's funny you said that somebody just purchased 5 minutes ago. I'm like, Lord have mercy. I don't know if they're watching your show,
Right.
But these are things that we shouldn't have to tell people. So please, guys, please honor the Most High, please, because I might have to start pressing the refund button or something. Because come on now.
Yeah, we would rather not take the money and keep the Sabbath than to take the money. It's not even about that, right? It's about making sure we're serving the Most High and keeping those commandments, right? So
please.
Saturday night all the way until Friday night, you have to purchase, buy, sell, support, a brother like this. Definitely, beautiful thing to see this, man. It's almost amazing to my eyes to see the work, and just like I never thought it would be this, what we're actually laboring in, and seeing the fruits come, and all the businesses that people like yourself are putting together, and hey, kingdom is in you, kingdom is in us, and here it is. We're building the kingdom. The next Black Wall Street, the next Timbuktu, they can keep Wakanda, right? We'll take Black Wall Street and Timbuktu and Zion, right? We're building Zion right now, and they can keep the fantasy and all of that. And when Christ comes back, he'll do his part, and we will all have done our part to get him ready to put the icing on the cake. So
yes, sir.
But definitely, love you, my brother. Thanks for coming on anytime. We'll definitely have you back again. Talking more about health. And,
yes, sir.
Hey, man, you enjoy your Sabbath, and we'll be talking. I know probably this next week or coming days.
Yes, sir. Shabbat Shalom, my elder, my regional elder, and Shabbat Shalom to everybody and their families out there. Peace and blessings to you all. Have a good night.
Shabbat Shalom. And all right, family, so that is our broadcast for tonight. Vitamins, the healing power of vitamins and minerals, just an overview. And so hopefully, again, we're doing this bi-weekly. We're talking about G.O.C.C. Fit, all things fitness, nutrition, exercise, physical activity related content. We will be back to start diving into these particular vitamins and minerals one by one and breaking them down on what their benefits are, where we can get them in our diets. Of course, we have the diagram here that kind of gives us an idea where we can get some of these things just by adding the foods into our diets. And also, when we are not getting these things in our diet, what does this lead to as far as our health is concerned? Okay, so we understand that the healing power of these foods, because the vitamins and minerals that are necessary for our bodily functions and for us to be able to, function properly in our bodies. All right, so that is it for now. Next Friday night, hopefully Friday night Sabbath, we'll be back probably on Twitch. And we'll see you brothers and sisters then. Y'all stay safe, be blessed, and Shabbat Shalom. Peaceful Sabbath.